What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we put the real in reality or whatever.
Period.
Pooh. My name is Pharaoh Famous. I'm joined by our wonderful co-host, Miss Lisa Nerve. As you should.
Look, y'all. I want Anya Nerve to be my drag mother so bad. Like, oh my god. Like, please adopt me, mama. So for this episode, I will be her stepdaughter. Okay.
As you should be.
Honestly, I just need maybe Lisa Rose Nerve. Like, I don't know. Can I just get the adjacent?
Say it one more time. Like, introduce yourself.
Lisa Rose Nerve.
Okay. We might be doing a little too much.
A bit too much.
Yeah. Because Anya Nerve is a tandra. Maybe you just can have a.
No, I'm getting my mother's last name.
Lisa Nerve.
That's how a house works.
It just has to be.
It just has to be.
Anya Nerve is a mother. She's a queen. She's a legend.
I love her so much, y'all. Like, continuously in the top. Continuously on these bitches' nerves.
Continuously.
Like, the name is so fitting. That's the thing. I find it so funny that, like, her name is so fitting because she's really on these bitches' nerves.
Yes.
And then you have someone like Crystal Envy who is so envious of her. I just find that fucking hilarious because every time Anya Nerve speaks, he go, Crystal, you mad ass fucking bitch. Okay, like, I cannot. Like, such a bitter mad ass bitch.
Mad as fuck. You know what John Dorado says? Shout out to John Dorado. Just drop it in quietly. Oh, I guess it's loud now. To say that acting and improv challenges will also be whack and always be whack and never that girl. I like acting challenges.
Well, I do. And when I was getting into Drag Race, at first they weren't bad. And, you know, I binged like several seasons. I feel like in 1 month I had to have binged like 10 to 15 seasons. So as it was going, I was getting like the older ones, which like most things in Drag Race.
Yeah.
A little bit more interesting and they were a little bit more, you know, far and in between. They were not the main focus. I feel like New Age Drag Race, it's like one every episode. And like RuPaul has a very simple sense of humor. Like, I've seen RuPaul cackle at something that's not that funny at all. So I feel like for him, these challenges are interesting. They're funny. They're like, oh my God, but not to me. Not to me. Not all the time. This one, I wasn't that mad at this one because they all had like these different parts, and I like that it was copying SNL. But like some of the other ones is just too gimmicky to me. I don't find gimmicky funny. I wish we did more sewing challenges, more balls, more just things that I feel like really tested them. Because something like this, and I was talking to Pharaoh about this earlier, like it's all about which part you choose. Like, the only people that were standing out were the people who had more solo roles. And I said this in the last podcast, I would never pick a role that's shared with somebody. If you pick a role that's shared with somebody, you're almost never going to be in the top because you cannot stand out in that type of scene. Unless it's like, you know, something where, I don't know, it could obviously happen, but I feel like it's kind of rare. And I feel like with challenges like this and others, it's like sometimes the gimmicky really comes out and it's like, well, I'm not really interested in that. But at the end of the day, I don't know much about drag queen culture, so I don't know how much this is actually important to the overall, you know, culture of Drag Race. And I think that leads a lot of us to be like, oh, well, we have to pay attention to the looks. However, regardless of the culture outside of RuPaul's Drag Race, this is the competition. So you have to follow the steps. And if the challenge is the one that's more important than the runway, then, I mean, we can't get mad at it. It's not our Drag Race show, you know?
Yeah. And honestly, as a viewer, I'm not the greatest fan of the improv and stuff. But honestly, like, I'm watching sometimes as a judge. And as a judge, I think it's a great idea. Like, I can see why the judges would love these. Because for me, I'm like, what role did you pick? Charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. RuPaul's drag superstar. What role did you pick? Because the superstar would pick a role that they can superstar at. Notice the girls who were in the top last episode are still in the top this episode. You know why? And the episode before that. No shade. Before we was doing the acting. The girls who are superstars, they're still a superstar. And that's the part that I like about it.
I see what you mean.
It's like, you're going to eat it up, or you're going to choose the role where you can eat it up at, because you don't have to choose a partner role. That's not a requirement. They didn't give you the role. Sometimes they do. This time they didn't. So those are the little
and they know which role is more important than the other. Like when Anya was picking the hosting role, everyone was like, I don't want that. I don't want that. And it's like, that's the main part. I feel like if I was doing it, I would never not pick a role that's not one of the main parts. And then people be scared, but like when I watch these challenges, especially the acting and RDR live ones, it's not serious. Why are you scared? Like, I think people really get too much in their head. Because I'm a funny ass bitch. It's no shade. I've been funny all my life. So I wouldn't be scared to do any role. Like, you just have to be funny. Is it that hard to be funny?
Literally. Edgar Perez. Shout out to Edgar Perez. Edgar Perez says, hi, I'm a drag queen. Period. Shout out to the drag queens all over the world.
May the best drag queen win.
Act like y'all usually actually have to do this stuff. Do this acting tease. That's tea.
I feel like TikToks of them doing like certain reenactments of like Wicked and stuff like that. So
you're right.
But that's the thing.
Oh, okay. There's more. Sorry. Usually consists of lip sync songs mixed with some sort of comedy or sketch mixed in.
Okay.
But different drag queens focus on different performance types or styles. Okay, that makes sense because I do know there's some girls who out there and they're like, I'm more of a performer type of drag queen. I'm more of a performer.
But so that really is the difference though. Like this episode, we saw people like Crystal Envy. We saw bitches like Ariete, Lana. I don't know why Corey said something, but these girls are like these girls was like confused at why Anya and Susie would be at the top or Harmona. And it's like, well, the challenge was to be good at the challenge. You bitches were not that good at the challenge.
Yeah.
And like, I get it. Like, even me sometimes, I'm like, I don't get it. But at the end of the day, these are the rules of the competition. If they say the challenge matters more, the challenge matters more. Now, personally, and we're going to get into it this episode, sometimes I think exceptions need to be made. When the runway is top tier and the challenge is mid. Also, I've said this several times, it doesn't seem like Drag Race consider previous performances. Like, that's kind of what I liked about America's Next Top Model. Like, I think Tyra really focused on what you have been doing in the competition so far. And I feel like Drag Race, sometimes it's like they don't consider that. So it's like some queens who are mid and has been mid since the beginning, they kind of scoot past, where bitches like Ariete could have almost went home this episode. And I'm like, I just don't think that would have been fully fair, especially based off the type of challenge it was. But hey.
Yeah, I really liked this episode because there were so many roller coasters with my emotions. I was like, why the fuck is this person in the bottom? And then I was like, not they're going home. And then I was like, oh, wait, they're staying. And I was like, damn, low-key, she should have went home due to the lip sync. It was a lot of emotion.
Yeah, no,
I was screaming at Lisa. I was like, girl, what's going on?
Ariete is my sister down. Y'all know I have been rooting for Ariete since day one. I love her bad. I don't know why. I love her. I just really, really love her drag. Like, I think every single look
does.
She's the only drag queen for me. Every single look she's come out there with, I've loved. I don't know.
Honestly, same.
It just does something to me. It does. So this episode, when they were dragging the challenge, I'm just like, I mean, yeah, it was mid, but also the role was mid. And Corey was right next to her doing mid too. Corey also came out in a terrible ass runway, or just basically the same simple ass runway she gives every week. I'm like, why is Corey not in the bottom? And this is an example of like going back to previous challenges. I feel like Corey has been consistently mid to bad, while Ariete has been serving, to me, very high style fashion drag. I'm like, I don't know how this episode we kind of like put Ariete in the bottom to like, I don't know if it's to teach her a lesson, but to give critiques that could be going to other girls that I feel like deserve it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think it would have been crazy if Ariete or Lydia went home this round when you have someone like Corey still in the competition.
I agree. And even earlier we were on the phone and I was talking about, well, I was saying Crystal Envy, but guess who I was talking about? Acacia, forgot. But that's the thing. There was people who had performances, and it's like I forgot about their performances or their looks were so bad. But Crystal Envy, she was one of them. I was like, okay, dang, her role was terrible. We'll get into it actually, because there's a lot of girls who should have been in the bottom that wasn't in the bottom, and I don't fucking get it. And then the girls was pressed about it. We're gonna get into all. So let's just start, because we started off the episode. It's right after Joella's elimination. Thank God she's gone. No shade.
Not the Slasian diva.
Yeah, of LA. Girl boo. So so they come in and immediately Sam Star has a diary room and she's like, Corey King is very interesting to me because I thought she was going to eat the comedy up, but clearly she doesn't eat that up. And then the looks aren't giving. So what are you giving?
And it's like she ate her up. I'm so sorry.
She did. I'm sorry. So there was that. Krista
I feel so bad because I wanted to like Corey so bad. Like I feel like such because I root for everybody black. I do. And I like Corey.
Until proven otherwise.
I like Corey, but like for some reason, Corey and Lana are just really pissing me off. Like, really pissing me off this season, especially what they do in this episode / the Untucked. It's like the audacity to talk shit about anyone's drag when y'all have not been serving like that. I'm sorry.
You know, first of all, I agree. With Lana, for me, it's easier to digest because she is first of all, she's better. Second of all, a little better than Corey specifically. Second of all, she is just like Lux Noir without the quality of Lux Noir, but her personality is so similar to hers. It's like they give Aries, an Aries. They have that same they're just confident about everything. But Lux is confident and she eats, and then Lana is confident and she's okay sometimes. So it's lesser, but I'm just used to that energy. So it's nothing surprising for me. I'm like, oh girl, of course that's how Lana is. But yes, they're still weird. Crystal Envy is a little bit pressed about the fact that Anya Nerve won. Crystal Envy is always pressed that Anya Nerve does good. And Anya knows she's pressed because she's on your nerve. Duh. Anyway. And Ariadne is mad that she was in the bottom. Girl, just put a pin in that because you'll be mad again. You'll be
right, girl.
It's real bad.
Keep it cute, mama.
So we get into the maxi challenge. Rue comes in, lets them, oh no, we're doing RDR live, bitch. RDR live. So they must choose their parts of the script, and later today they will be going live to do the motherfucking performance. Okay.
I like that because this is like one of the few RDR lives I've seen. And I feel like I didn't recall them like showing the actual footage within the middle of the episode. Like I feel like usually I've seen a lot of like acting challenges where like we see them record it and then they show it at the judging panel. Mm-hmm. So it just made me think like they should do every challenge like this.
Yeah, live a little bit, huh? And you know what? I have went to one drag performance, or I went to a club and they had a drag performance showing. Oh, I've been to two actually, both at the club. And I will say, the performance is all that matters. I didn't care what they were looking like physically. Mm-hmm. I was entertained. They're supposed to be entertaining me with what they're doing. And it's live entertainment. So honestly, this challenge is not very draggy because they're not like right on a stage talking, but they're performing live. Bitch, don't fuck it up. So I will say that does make sense. And you do have to be funny because when I was watching the girls, it was two girls on stage for one of the ones I watched. And one of the girls, she had the microphone and she was pointing people out in the club. She was like, are you straight? And it was a straight boy and she was making jokes with him and stuff like that. It's like, you have to be on your feet quick and eat it up. So I get those challenges. But yeah.
Yeah. And this is why I don't understand why some drag queens are like scared of it, because I would assume that as a drag queen, you should know that. But I feel like at least what I've heard from like certain videos and podcasts or interviews, like I think what drag has become now is just like different lanes where like you don't even have to go out and perform. You can be a drag queen on TikTok. You can be a drag queen on Instagram. Like you don't have to go and do these shows, because a lot of the girls that are out here doing these shows are grinding. And if you're not grinding like that, then you probably don't have any experience in that. However, why would you get on RuPaul's Drag Race? And you know what? Actually, I saw a video on TikTok, and it was Dita Ritz. You would know her.
Don't know her.
But Dita Ritz came into the workroom, and people was like, "Oh, her look was bad. Like, oh my god!" And the girls in the comments was defending it. They was like, "No, this is what drag was like, when they didn't have all of these luxury fashion designers and the money to bring all of these clothes." And it's like, why don't they just do that again? Because I think that is the difference now. Like, these girls have access. Bring girls that don't have access. Bring the girls who can't get fucking Utica to make them this luxury gown. Because to not even hear them say, "Oh, my designer did this well. Oh, my did this well." It's like, it does take away, I feel like, the authenticity, because I will say the old school looks, they don't compare to the new school looks. The new school looks are extravaganza. But the old school looks had this authenticity that I feel like the new girls don't have.
Yep. That's why I like the last Runway, because they had to make their shit. I do like that they have added like 2-3 sewing challenges per season in these newer era seasons, because to me, those mean more. It means more when they sweat it a little bit to come out there looking good. And then it also shows me their true talent. No shade. Well, and I guess that's why Lydia B. Collins has been safe this whole time. But no shade, like when they're talking about, like you said, they've got their designer to make this. A part of me is like, I mean, great eye for style, but can you actually do it? Which is why I do appreciate when we see them do it and they have to design their own clothes. Then it's like, okay, you have a good eye and you can do it yourself. So I'll give you that. But still, you're spilling.
And I agree with this, Alessandro. Corey does kind of give this, but Corey looks
she just doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Oh, I love this comment. Oh my God, I love y'all. I'll just be here watching from the bushes, but I love the show and I enjoyed the episode. I definitely live for Lisa Mama on your last nerve. Period. Love from South Africa. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
International. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much. We know there's some of y'all who be in here lingering. Y'all don't be saying nothing. It's okay. We see y'all. We still see. We thank y'all for y'all support too. The quiet ones. Okay. Thank you.
And I love the history y'all provide in the chat. Josh and Hulu Hay are basically saying, you know, these challenges are inspired by what RuPaul had to do throughout her career as a drag race, drag queen, and that definitely makes more sense too. Because I think in RuPaul's time of coming up in drag, I mean, she's one of the trendsetters. You know, it's like she had to really, really go to work in a lot of different areas, and I think that just goes back to what we said previously, like. A lot of these girls and some of the fans, me included, we are not familiar with that. So we're not as tuned in as probably someone who, you know, has to live this lifestyle.
Yep, exactly. Child, so she announces the challenge and they have to pick their roles. Me, as Pharaoh famous, I'm immediately going for the biggest role. Why wouldn't I? So I don't know what Anya would have did, because I would have been like, okay, I'm definitely going to be doing the hosting and I'm definitely going to be doing whatever other role I have to do. But Anya went for that. All the other girls was look around, everybody on mute. Yeah. Lisa, what role were you going for?
I would have been like, girl, I want the host. I want the host. Like, I'm literally the fucking host. Why would I not want that?
I am the host.
I think Corey set an example of someone from last season that didn't do well as a host. And it's like, yeah, I'm not that flop.
Yeah, I'm not that girl.
I'm not scared. Like, I just feel like the hardest part about it is learning the lines. And it's like, honestly, I don't even think those probably have to be perfect. I will go up there and motherfucking improv it. I will go up there and just make up anything. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you do add a little twist.
Go up there and be funny.
Yeah. And I would have, and I will say, like, let's say I went for the host and Anya wanted the host. I don't think I would have fought, I will say, and that's scary because I know some of the girls don't be fighting, and I'll be like, why the fuck aren't you fighting for your role? But for me, I just feel like I'm gonna make any main role good. So as long as if I wasn't doing that main role, I would have had to be Ruth or whatever Susie Toot did, where she was the head girl there. I would have had to do something more individualistic. I'm not doing one of those caveman roles. Like, oh, caveman number 1, caveman number 2. Why am I number 1, number 2? I should have a name.
And that makes me goes to her Mona performance a little bit, because she did have a shared one, but she stood out. She stood out. And I think that's how you do it. You really just give the energy or be the funniest in the room.
Yep. And I think that's possible too, as long as you put your pussy in it for real. Like, you really got to do that thing, which is why I'm okay with the challenge, because it's never no shade. If anybody's role was reversed, I don't think they would have had a better result. If Arietti was the host and she was Anya's role, just because the role was bigger, I don't think Arietti would have just been in the top all of a sudden just because of that. And it's no shade. You're going to make the performance work no matter where you're at. And honestly, that's what I would have did. I don't care if I am Anchorman number 1, which I wouldn't be, because why the fuck am I Anchorman and not a named character? But if I was Anchorman number 1, you're going to remember Anchorman number 1 more than you remember Susie Ruth. Okay? Period. Bounce off of her a little bit more. Like, she would have started with this accent. I would have been like, ooh, do you need to clear your throat? Like, something. Make us laugh. Like, they didn't make one joke about anybody. Like, you better work, bitch.
You better work.
So Krista and Lana Jarre both want to do Brooke, which is this blonde bimbo type of girl, right? Lana's like, I want to do her and I'm not moving. So Crystal, move. And Crystal was like, well, I mean, I think I should do her because I'm more relatable. Lana was like, we should be stepping out of our comfort zone, and we should be doing something that we're not comfortable with. And that's for me, and that's not for you. You would be comfortable in this role. And Sam Starr, this is why Sam Starr is going to do better than Crystal Envy. Never no shade. Sam Starr is like, Crystal, that is basic, girl. That is literally you. You don't want to do something else? And Crystal was like, okay.
Because, and that's the thing. It's like, while it was I guess slightly one of the more standout roles in the scene. And I actually did like Lana in the scene. It was just very small. Like you cannot compare that role to Anya's, to Susie's, hell, to even Hermona's as far as lines go. Like all you did was come out, shake your titty, say a little 1-2, and then left. It was like it was literally the end of the scene, basically.
It was the end of the scene.
So it's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know why Lana just thought, oh, this is gonna make me win the whole thing. Like, girl, no.
This could be like this is something cute for if you are at the end of the game. You could be like, okay, I stepped out of my comfort zone that one time, back on the game. But this was not winning you the challenge. And I think her fighting for such a small role was interesting because me, if it's a small role, I'm not finna tug and pull over a small role. I'm tugging and pulling over the head role that Anya Nerve got. And none of them even wanted that. So very interesting. But Crystal ended up getting another role, and the role that she got, I feel like she did bad in that too.
Yeah. I just don't think she was doing good.
Yeah, honestly, she just sucks, clearly, and that's the issue. Well, next, Hermona and Lydia both are wanting to do Gert, the grandma. And that was a bigger role. It could have been a bigger role. I think Lydia made it small. No shade. Because
Lydia didn't even have an old woman accent. I'm like, girl, at least sound elderly. Like, what the hell? She was talking in her normal ass voice.
It was weird, but Hermona ends up giving her that role, and then she gets the role that she gets, which she does good at. That's how you know Hermona would have did it regardless. No shade. Then they start working on it, and we get a little bit more of the girl's personality. I like when they start working on shit and the claws come out, because with the news anchor one, it's Lexi, Crystal, and Susie all working on this one. And Susie was like, you bitches are going to do what I say. You're going to do this. You're not going to do this. Let's do this. And Lexi was getting a little mad.
And like, honestly, one, Lexi, speak up. That's one. Two, I thought at the end of the episode, I'm like, ooh, excuse me.
She set them up.
Susie set them up.
She set them the fuck up.
She put them in this very small box to where neither one of them could stand out for real. And then she just came in and stole the entire show. Like, Susie low-key set these bitches up.
Let me tell you something, Lisa.
Because, like, Crystal Envy, of course, she sucked in hers. But Lexi, I think Lexi could have shined more, because even though her character was simple, she had, like, this personality. And it's like, honestly, Lexi should have just been like, I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah.
You can say what you're saying I should do. I'm going to come out here and give it, because I need to win this challenge.
Yeah, I agree. Let me tell you something about Miss Susie, too. Miss Susie too is slightly manipulative, because nothing she was even saying to me was making sense. Lexi was like, we should go a little more over the top. She was like, you should tone it down a bit, don't you think? Every time it was to tone it down, I was like, that doesn't even make sense.
She came out here,
yep, with a cigarette in her hand, looking a mess. Like, she set them the fuck up. It was really a setup, and I don't know why Lexi sat there and do that. But get this, we're naming Susie and Lexi. Crystal, you didn't have any ideas? You didn't have any thoughts?
I mean, to be fair, she didn't want the role, but still.
But that's the thing. That should have motivated you more, in my opinion. Girl, do you want to go home? You should have. Should have been the bottom. But anyways, we get to the Beaverologist podcast. That's the one with all the lesbians. It's going to be Jules, Hermona, and Sam Star. Hermona, of course, she wanted to do Gert. Honestly, girl, you shouldn't have gave it away if you wanted it this bad. I don't like hearing the bitch complain about something she gave away. No shade. But she was like, I'm gonna go Southern with it, and I'm gonna just stick to that. And she was like, maybe we can both go Southern. And Sam Star is like, I want to show them something different. This is what sucks about this. I don't like when they get punished like Arietti for showing them something different or going out of the box. I don't necessarily love that, but you have to be careful to still be good if you do that.
I wouldn't do it until I'm told. I'm not changing nothing. What did it say? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay. Real. Until the bitch tell me to switch it up, I ain't switching up shit.
Very real.
Because if they find it funny or they found it good, it really just won't matter. And that's what we kind of noticed even throughout this season. It's like certain makeups they're living for. They're not saying anything about the ones they're kind of critiquing here and there, you know. But it's like even like to the makeup thing specifically, like they told Susie to switch up her makeup, which I agree she did. However, it's not like it was an entirely different look. Like this is kind of still very much
Susie to this. Very much so. And honestly, I noticed Arietti's makeup, she still had that white line.
Because it's not going to change. It's not going to change.
And they didn't say, and they said, "Oh, I love the look." And it's like, you do? You said she shouldn't have.
She has the same makeup that you want.
Right. So like, why you didn't say? But anyways, or maybe they were punishing her low key and was like, we put that bitch in the bottom because she didn't change that makeup, and they not saying it, which I guess could be a thing. Jules wants to be Australian. I thought it was gonna be more important when we got to the challenge, but it wasn't. We'll get there.
Yeah.
And then later on, of course, Anya, she has 2 roles, which I didn't notice at first, but she reiterated she has 2 roles. She needs to be the mayor of Neanderthal Town.
And it's like, why are y'all even shocked that someone like her is in the top? The bitch has 2 roles, and she ate them up both up. And that's what that bitch Crystal Envy tried to say in Untucked. Like, I mean, I think her hosting role was good, but she wasn't that good in the Neanderthals.
Who gives a fuck? She has 2 roles. You're talking about 2 different roles. Who are you in what role?
Like, well, no, I thought she was really stand out in the Neanderthal. So, and they were like, she was like, really? And it's like, yeah, bitch.
Yes. And honestly, I keep forgetting what Crystal's role was. I have to literally search my memory bank every time. Who is Crystal Envy? Fuck. I keep thinking of Acacia Forgot. It's not her. Who are you?
Y'all, earlier we were on the phone. He said Crystal Envy like 10 times. I'm like, are you sure you're talking about Crystal? And I'm like, yeah, Crystal Envy. I'm like, no.
And it's because Acacia Forgot as a human is forgettable, but Crystal Envy has so much, like, I guess she has a side eye for everything everybody says and has an opinion for everybody, and she's nowhere to be found. Who are you? I mix you up with the Forgot bitch. Girl boo. Anyway.
Bitch is crazy.
Arietti is so determined to not be in the bottom again. She's finna eat this up. She's finna be Miss Piggy this episode. And nom, 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 nom. She's the piggy of the episode. She really wants to eat this, but we'll get there. No shade. And then the last sketch was the emergency room sketch with the old woman, which is Lydia, and then Acacia, who is Trudy. And at first, I thought Acacia was also an old woman, but she wasn't. She was just trying to help Lydia because she's like, wait, Lydia, do you know the role is supposed to be more Golden Girly? Do you know her character?
No Golden Girl.
She was like, oh, I've never seen.
Is she like 20 something?
She looks 21. Maybe
that's what it is. Because Golden Girls is an old show. But I remember I used to watch reruns of Golden Girls all the time.
I will say I haven't seen an episode of Golden Girls.
You don't know Golden Girls either?
I know what they are. I've never seen an episode.
You know, thank you for being a friend.
Okay.
You don't Betty White? Right. How do you know Betty White? Where do you know Betty White from then?
I thought she was a cooking show. She doesn't do cooking?
No, that's
somebody else. White. I've heard Betty White. I've heard of Betty White for sure.
But you don't know. Did you watch Hot in Cleveland?
Who?
Okay.
Sephora says
it's okay.
I wouldn't have went for Gertrude.
Actafuca.
No shade, no tea, no pink lemonade. But a white queen will always try to knock a black queen down. Oh my God. I didn't know we were going.
Clock it.
So much to say about certain girls and not a lot to say about others. And it's never no shade. But yeah, I don't know no Gertrude or whatever, but I would have been a better old lady than that. Personally, I wouldn't have been an old lady. I wouldn't have needed that role, but I would have been a better one than that. No shade. She should have had her whole coochie out. The fuck? You're an old lady.
I would have been a southern old black lady.
Like what? You're playing an old lady and you're in the hospital and there's this whole heavy section. We'll get there. Just stupid. Susie claims she's changing up the paint. We got into that already. And we saw later on in the workroom that when they were working on elimination, they're doing their runways. Lexi Love discusses how there's kind of like, cliques forming. And one of the cliques that she self-proclaimed. What?
No. So one thing about cliques, that TikTok video. Who has seen that TikTok video of Anya saying, yeah, there were cliques and clans forming, and when the cliques start planning, Y'all, Anya does not like these bitches. If y'all see any interview with Anya is sitting back quiet. Anya does not like these bitches, and I'm sorry. I have to stand. I love her so much because why would you say that? And why are you also spilling?
Spilling very badly. So there's cliques forming, and Lexi Love says she has a clique that she named and gave. It's the Kumbaya Girls. I didn't know how to spell Kumbaya. Which is Lydia, Acacia, Hormona, and Susie Toot. And Susie Toot is apparently the mayor of Kumbaya World. They say these are the girls who they can't key with. If you say something, they'll take offense to it. You can't really do the good banter with it because the girls are just too sensitive and weak.
I will say I hate a bitch like that too. Especially on social media. Like my tweets are like literally 99% satirical. And there's always that one or two, maybe even multiple, dumbass bitch in the comments that swear to God I'm so serious. And then when I'm like, it's a joke. Well, it's not funny, or you're just stupid. Because several other people are laughing. The fuck? Like, I just think I hate when bitches take shit too serious. I hate when people do that. But we were talking about on the phone, like, that's shocking. Well, not shocking, but like it's interesting that they say that because I feel like Hermona has been shady as fuck since day one.
Yeah.
I've seen Susie being shady. So maybe this is something that we're just not seeing on camera. But hey.
I can see because they've been shady, but I will say some people can be shady but not be shaded towards sometimes. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of these girls got shade thrown and took a little bit too much offense. And then it was like, okay, wait, girl, we were just keying at first, remember? But we haven't really seen a lot of that. So I was kind of like, y'all just don't fuck with them. And that's what it kind of feels like to me.
Hula head clock and tea. How they gonna say other girls can't take a shade or a critique, but all of them are the ones crying over the judges' placements each week? Clock that, mama, clock. Because I haven't seen Hermona, I haven't seen Lydia, I haven't seen Susie, I haven't seen Anya complain about anything.
Ooh.
Well, Anya wasn't included in the Kumbaya bitches.
Yeah.
So period.
Yeah, that's tea. That's very much.
It's hypocrites.
It is.
And some people drag is just not that good to be acting the way they're acting.
Lisa!
It's true.
Okay. So later on, Lexi Love, she talks. Oh, Susie too want to change her makeup up. I said that. Lexi Love wants to is telling us about how in her real life, you know, she works a real corporate job, baby. She gets real corporate. Okay, she has a double life. She's a corporate girl at day and a drag queen at night. And she talks about how in her job, it's online and the people don't see her in real life and they think she is a boy. They think she is Cody, which is her other name. And it's like, oh, not they think you a hoe, but like that's a lot going on. And she's like, yeah, I mean, I just live the way I live. And honestly, if they saw me on the show, they would probably be gooped and gagged. And it's like, dang, that is something. That is something.
It's
like
very interesting
experience.
And she was really saying, like, this is like the first time she's like fully expressed herself. So that's beautiful. I feel like Drag Race or drag in general is a lot of people in the queer community's first time to really express themselves fully.
Very interesting. But boom. Let's get into the motherfucking Maxi challenge, baby. Let's get into it, honey. Child, because the girls, I do have opinions. I definitely
have opinions.
I love these challenges. I do. Okay, first of all, we have to talk about the queen, the head, the honcho, the host.
My mother.
Anya Nerve killed it, honey.
She's hosting. She's a host.
She is a host. The fuck?
I love her bad. I love her so. Like, oh my God. Like, just the consistency, mama. And you know, like literally, once you get that like pep in your step, once you get that momentum, you just take it. You just take it. So I truly feel like she's gonna be in the top. And that's the thing. Look, our season 17 winner.
Yes,
because I've been y'all don't get my hopes up though, because I've seen several TikToks saying it, I've seen several tweets like y'all. I need that to be true. I need it so bad. Like, if Anya Nerve win this season, y'all are gonna be sick of me. Y'all are gonna be sick of me.
I loved it, and I love this performance, and it's very much so. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, because she's giving her, first of all, because she's a host, she can be the most herself that anybody could be on this episode, because everyone else had to kind of be a character. This, she's hosting. She just has to be a host. So she's able to give the Anya Nerve, give us what we know and love about her, and still make it a performative. Like, she just eats everywhere. It's all around. It's all around.
Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it too, Corey was the main one saying they can't be a host, and I think Corey could have been a good host. Like,
I agree.
This should have been the role that you should have taken.
I agree.
And really stood out for like one of the first times. It's just, I don't, whatever.
They don't want to stand out, and then they want to complain about it.
Like, Lana, you are so mad at not being in the top. Be the host.
Okay.
I'm confused. Y'all don't want to be in the top for real. Y'all want to get these small bullshit roles. Come out.
Y'all want to slide by. And y'all are mad about it.
And then come out in the look that you think is great, which of course you're going to think your drag is the best in the room. And it's confused why you're at the bottom. Don't be confused.
Boo. So alongside being the host of the entire RDR Live, Anya Nerve is also in a skit, The Neanderthal Child.
And I thought she killed it. She was like this like mayor character or whatever.
Mhm.
I think in general this skit wasn't the best as far as like dialogue and things went, but the judges said it in their critiques, like she has like these facial expressions and these movements that really make the character her own, but also make the character funny. Like she doesn't even have to say much and she's making me laugh.
Yeah, she made the character alive. And honestly, when I was watching, I was like, okay, this is very Anya. I will say it's very Anya. And I was wondering how they would feel about that, because they might have been like, oh, we need you to switch it up and da 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 da. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because it's very Anya, but she was giving life to the character. And that's something Corey King and Arietti didn't give. Both of them, I was like, why are y'all talking? Every time they talked, I was annoyed. I would rather the camera point towards Anya Nerve or something. Bruno was the star of the skit. No shade. Like, girl, real bad. So the whole skit was them all talking. I didn't give a fuck about the caveman. Corey King was just Corey King in a caveman outfit. Arietti was trying, and I appreciate trying better than Corey King doing what she was doing. In my personal opinion, I would say the flop of this skit was Corey King, if you ask me personally.
And that's what we were kind of saying earlier. Like, I feel like if you're gonna say Arietti was bad, I think you could also say Corey was bad. And then if we go to the runway looks, Arietti's has always been good, where Corey King has not always been good, in my opinion. Yeah. So I feel like if someone was gonna be at the bottom this week, it should have been Corey with Lydia. I'm sorry. I stand 100%. By that. Because I will say, I personally didn't hate Arietti's performance that much, but I am an Arietti stan a little bit. You could call me biased. However, I don't think it was as bad as they was making it out to seem.
I agree. It definitely wasn't good. I don't think any of their performances, Arietti nor Corey's, was good. But of the two, I preferred Arietti's because she was trying to be something. She was being a character. Corey King was not. She was just talking.
But I have said this about Arietti. The looks are tea, but the one thing is going to get her kicked out of this competition if the challenges aren't serving. Yeah. And she's already kind of had two bad challenge performances in a row. Yeah. And similar to how Anya has this momentum, when you keep doing bad, you kind of slow down. It's hard to get out of it unless you're like, someone that is just really great at improving yourself, which we have seen. But I think Arietti, she seems to be getting brought down by the negative critiques. So hopefully now that she did the whole badunkadunk thing, that she'll be able to really shine through. Because I think this challenge, because like I said, to me, it wasn't terrible, but I feel like it just was not, objectively, it was not good. Mm-hmm. And it's mainly because she went too far. But I feel like if she really back in a little bit, or if there's a different type of character or challenge, that she could do well. So we'll just have to see.
I'm not that hopeful, because she's just done so bad both times. And it's like, why are you? I don't know what she needs to do. Tyler Diggs, and the girls are agreeing. Tyler Diggs says Arietti was the worst by a country mile. No timing or understanding of her character. Corey was bland, but so was almost everyone else. I can't agree she was bad. I can agree that the timing and stuff was bad. And Corey was bland, but I just felt like, isn't bland bad? Like, I found Corey being bland just as bad as Arietti having bad timing. I guess other people might not agree, but for me, I was like, they're both just bad. Next.
And if I have to choose one, I'm choosing Arietti.
Yeah, because she looked better at the runway. To me, that's just how I feel. I feel like if you're bad and so was Corey King, then what do y'all look like? And Corey King looks a mess. But that's just me. I don't know. Clearly, other people have different opinions. So then Lana Del Rey comes in as the blonde bimbo. Honestly, steals the show for the last 2 seconds. Yes. But it's just the last 2 seconds. But she's the only part that I giggled at, because she came out and the titties was moving. And I was laughing. That was funny. Like, she had body movement. She was lively. She basically brightened it all up. They were all dull and boring. And it was just boring. And then she came out and she made it lively, and she made it an actual show and an actual performance. She did good. And then boom, it ended 3 seconds later. Yeah. So, of course, you didn't win.
But that's another reason why it's like, even going back to like Corey's and Arietti's critiques, it's like, for both of them, it's all about the role you choose. And it's like, I think there were a lot of just bad roles.
Yes, I do think, because I don't think, I said it earlier, Arietti probably could have done bad in a lot of different roles, no shade, but there's a role out there that I feel like Arietti could have done and been better. Just this one and this one here. If she was the blonde bimbo, she probably would have stole this, or could have stole the show, if she decided to come out and be boisterous and do something else. I just feel like this role, she's a caveman and she's trying to be caveman-y. The last time she was a duo with Jules and they're just like hitting each other back and forth. Like she needs to learn where she can thrive. And I feel like she doesn't have a good understanding of her own personality when it comes to performing, and that's not helping her choose the right role, because there's so many roles. Like Acacia was the sexual sexy daughter. Maybe Ariete would have done better if she's in more sexual roles. Maybe she's better if she is playing a dumb blonde role. She needs to find where she needs to go. And maybe that's the problem. Like where can you thrive? Because you as a caveman don't even make sense when I'm thinking of your personality. Maybe you need to find,
you know what? That's where the versatility really comes in at. And this is why you have to have versatility, because a bitch like Anya, a bitch like Susie, even Ramona, I low-key feel like they could have did good in almost any of these roles.
I do agree. And the next track, Superstar, would have ate up even being a caveman. And I'll leave
it at that. Mama.
Next, the Beaverologist.
But y'all gonna get off Ariete. That's my sister. I'm gonna defend her to the day I die. Okay.
Oh, I know that's right. I'll be a shotgun rider. So Hormona Lisa eats this the fuck up. I don't even remember Sam Star. I don't even remember Australian Sparks. Hormona eats it up.
Hormona ate. She was hilarious. The moment she opened her mouth, I was like, this bitch is hilarious. Because I loved it. And like we said, if it ain't break, don't motherfucking fix it. Okay. She's been giving this since the beginning and they haven't told her to change it. Why? Why would you do that? They love it. It was funny. It was the standout character. And then when you go through the other ones, like, not only did Sam Star not perform the character well, it wasn't that big of a character. Jules and Lisa Jules and Hormona. Oh, Hormona
Lisa.
They both had roles that had more lines that could show more of their personality. She had little of that, and then the tone she chose, it also made her personality dull. So it just wasn't a smart choice for Sam. She was also kind of upset in the Untucked. The thing is, what I like about Sam is just not like this weird nasty girl. Like she's upset.
I love Sam.
Go in there and be like, you're bad, da, 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 da. Like, or just be weird about it. Like she's gonna sit there and she's gonna take it.
Yeah, but she was like, she was like, I chose to swing big. It wasn't right. I know not to do that in the future. I'm sad. It is what it is, but I'll just have to work on it. Very humble. I love Sam Star. Sam Star is one of my faves. Honestly, after Anya, it's probably like Sam Star. I love what she's giving, and y'all know how I felt about her. She was Sam Smith for a few episodes. So I'll give her that. Like, I'm loving her, but I don't think she understood what they wanted, because let's be frank, Ru gives them the script and he wants them to give a certain energy. And what it was you need to be giving, you're a lesbian and you need your pussy ate. And she wasn't giving that. She was trying to go butch and no, girl, you should have been over there listening to them because she didn't have much speaking roles compared to them. But the whole time she was listening to them talk, she should have been like, or something like, girl,
or like low key, like, because they was like her butch to her fam. Like she should have been all over Hormona. Like, ooh,
yes, yes, it's something. She should have just been more. She was just so less. She was all to herself. She seemed separate from it. Seemed like a whole other scene was going on.
But this comment though, Sha Roxanne says Sam is very composed, pageant girl down. Yeah. And honestly, think about it. Crystal and Sam gave the same performance in different characters.
Yep.
Very structured, true. Very like, I'm reading a line, I'm reading a teleprompter. Yeah. And it's like, no.
Yeah. No. And even Hormona, I do like, they had a critique for her, and I had the same critique before I even heard them say it. You were supposed to be giving more. She was giving it in her voice because she was talking like, real sensual and but they were like, you should have pulled the beaver from your crotch, babe. And it's like, yes, your titty should have been out. She should have did a little.
They want you to just be. That's why I don't understand why people get so scared. They want you to be as. But that's the thing. I guess that's a fine line, because Ariete thought she was being as like out there and open as possible, and they hated it.
Yeah, but Ariete just wasn't.
You have to find a right balance, because they love the crazy and kooky shit.
Yeah, she should have started scooting towards Jules when she started talking about her. Like, be funny, bitch. We would have ate them bitches up anyway.
But I will say, I did like Jules' performance as well. I thought she was funny.
It was cute. I like that she went Australian. I thought it was weird when she said it, but when I saw it, I was like, okay, it's actually funny.
And her and Hormona played off each other very well.
They did. Very, very good chemistry in this. And then that other girl was there. No shade. Then we went to Q&N news, and basically the same literally a similar structure. Crystal Emmy, look how far away she is from them. There's a big gap. And then it's the two girls over there. It was like a whole different performance once Susie Toot got there.
Mm-hmm.
But when we started off, it was like back and forth between Lexi and Crystal. They were giving their different news updates. And no shade, I just didn't care about Crystal. I don't know if I don't care about Crystal or she doesn't have the charm through the screen.
Well, I think it's that structure thing. It's that where you have to put your personality in a character like this. And we have been saying for a while, Crystal has no personality. And I think that has to do with like the structure of like the pageant world a little bit, because I remember like Trinity, she's a pageant girl, and that was her biggest struggle on her first season. Get out of this composed queen into something that can, I'm not afraid to be ugly. I'm not afraid to be out there and wild and kooky. And it's like, I think that's kind of what Crystal's lacking a little bit, especially here in this performance. I thought Lexi was doing good. I just think that she listened to too many of Susie's critiques and it dulled her character down. Like, I thought she did really well. It's just, this wasn't a role for her to stand out in, especially with how dumbed down the character was. Because especially when Susie came, I thought they played off each other really well. Like, I enjoyed it.
I agree. I think Lexi did good too. She's too. She reminds me so much of Sasha Kobe because they're both very. I guess not. They're trying so hard. I don't know if she's trying, but with Sasha Kobe, she was trying very hard to not come across as a bitch. She does not want to be seen that way. Her image is important to her. So when she came on this show, she was very much so like, look, I'm going to do what I get. I'm going to try to get a good role. If I can get a good role, I'm going to serve it with what I can. And I'm going to move forward. She was not trying to argue with the girls. She was not trying to beef with the girls. If somebody had a critique, she was listening and she was like, okay, girl, sure. Now, and I feel like Lexi is doing that as well. And she can still thrive here and there, but she needs to put her foot down once or twice, and I don't think she needs to be too concerned about stepping on somebody's toes, because I think that's what it is. She's low-key a little passive. She's a little bit passive because the girls is walking around calling her grandma, auntie. They're walking around low-key shading her a little bit. Like, I don't know. She's just a little too passive, and she need to put her pussy in it. She should have been like, no, Susie, you can do what you're going to do, and I'm going to do what I want to do, and we're going to move forward. But yeah, Susie carried.
They literally just let her control the whole scene. I would never let a bitch control the whole scene. You can control these other bitches, but I'm doing what I want.
Exactly. And then she came in and she drowned them out. Like, Susie's, first of all, her role, second biggest role of the entire performance.
Literally the benefit of choosing a big role and eating it up. Like, if you, first of all, that's the thing, I get it. Some bitches can't eat up roles, period. Yeah. But you need to be able to. And you need to pick a big role because she ate this up.
She ate this the fuck
up. I think it's a lot of it just being a bigger role. She could do more with it. She can make more jokes. She could put herself into it more.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I will say she had a different makeup beat on and it looks not that great here. But I was like, this is the best beat I've seen her ever have, because no shade, I didn't like the clown like that. And I hate that big ass, pink ass fucking cheek. And this one still has a lot of exaggeration, but it was looking good on screen at first. I was like, okay, she kind of look good. She look like a clown here though, no shade. But she need to fix that beat.
I thought the beat worked with the runway outfit later on, but like I said earlier, like, yeah, it was different, but it wasn't like different. Like, I just like, it's still very much Susie.
Yeah,
I think it worked better with a literal clown outfit, but it still won't work on every outfit that she does.
And then the last one, the emergency room.
Y'all, is it bad that I was so upset that Acacia ate?
Acacia ate so bad.
I put in my notes, Acacia ate, unfortunately.
No, she ate so bad.
Like, I want Acacia to be out so bad. It's no shame, but Acacia does not do it for me. And she's also kind of shady as a queen. Yeah. And it's like, girl, you cannot be shady with some of the looks you come out there with. But she ate this week. She did. I gotta give it to her.
This is my favorite performance. It was literally my favorite performance.
I agree. One of the best for sure.
If she didn't look literally like a trash bag, like she came out of the trash, like she crawled out of a gutter at the runway, she should have won this.
I thought she was like, oh my god.
In real life? Oh no, the runway. If her runway wasn't so terrible as it always is, she should have won this challenge, because she ate this shit the fuck up. But her runway was so bad, it's like, no, you shouldn't, fucking loser. But anyway,
it's like, sometimes do they consider the runway more than the challenge, and sometimes they don't, because if we're going based off the challenge alone, Acacia should be in the top. So the runways definitely matter in some way.
Yeah, it was so bad that the bitch got in the bottom. So yeah, I guess you got to balance it out. Personally, I think I would have to.
If that's the case, then once again, why was Ariete in the bottom too? When they literally said multiple times her look was, they were gagging over Arietti's.
They were gagging over her look.
So I think it could have been a cute little bottom 3. They could have told her, look, girl, get it
once
together.
Again. And then it should have been Corey King and home. Corey King wasn't even, it was Sam Starr in the bottom. That was stupid to me too. Like Sam Starr was mid, but
that's the thing. If anything, Crystal should have been there with her. Should have been down there. Not Sam.
That too. I don't know. I don't get it. Notice we haven't said anything about Lydia. Nothing to say. The doctor outshined Lydia. Truly. Forgot she was even.
Look, y'all not for the stop coming for Arietti. Kayla says because she was that bad. Arietti was not that bad.
Oh
y'all need to stop. Hula says because it was flopping the challenge. Lisa, take off the stand. Look, I'm not taking them off. I'm not taking them off. I don't care.
Look, Arietti was bad. I just feel like I can't keep saying it. Lydia was irrelevant. We don't even want to talk about her. She didn't do anything. There was so many times that I forgot she was in the scene because it was showing Acacia's face and her whole titties was out. And then the doctor would make a sexual comment and then it would be Lydia's line and she'd be talking in Lydia's voice. She would literally just be talking in Lydia's regular voice about, I don't even know what the fuck she's talking about. I was like, are you even being sexual too? And then at the end, it was, boo. Tomato. She should have been in the, she was. Thank God. What the fuck? But let's get into Cover Girl. Put your face in New York. The category on the runway tonight is tickled pink. Pussy. Oh, it made me think of pussy.
All I know is when Arietta come back next week and gag the lie. Oh, next week is a ball challenge. So she actually might. She might gag the laugh at the ball. The next acting challenge, and she comes through and give it up, mama. I want all of y'all to apologize. Lisa, the drag delusion is getting to me. Calm down. I don't think she can eat. I don't think she can eat up. Bro, when Anya said that in the Untucked, I was dying. The drag delusions. Speaking of Anya, she's not gonna be Caleb. She's not. She won't. Girl, boo. She won't. Anya. Anya. I loved it. It was different. It was different. It was cute. I love that it was like made out of this whole shoe little situation. And then the boots are nasty. The boots are fucking nasty. I love the boots. Great. I think she looks good too. I do agree that I wish she had like a big long pink mohawk, some hair. I hate how flat it look up there. That does look flat, but the look is still good and it's still serving. And of course, her performance was amazing. She's in the top already just from this. Amen. Like, mama, the performance was amazing. The look was amazing. Give Arietta the crown. This is Anya. Why are you such a stan? Arietti. Oh my god. Scary. Oh my god. It's getting scary bad. Oh, it's getting bad, girl. It's getting bad. Give Anya Nerve the crown. Next is I was just thinking about her. This fucking flop. She looks a fucking mess, bro. I'm so sorry. What do you got on? Oh my god. You know what pisses me off? The outfit isn't there's nothing to say actually. The thing is, when we talk about Corey looks, about Corey, none of Corey looks have been bad. I feel let me let you finish. Last week's I didn't love. Every single week, I do not think it's been bad. I think it's been very simple. I think it's just been very basic. Okay, you know what? I think you're saying what I was about to say. I was gonna say like the look isn't. This is what I was thinking. This look on someone who's a bad bitch would eat. And Corey is a bad bitch, right? It's just I don't think she's the right person to present. I don't know what I'm trying to. The dress isn't an ugly dress. The shoes aren't ugly shoes. It just doesn't look right on her. It doesn't look presented right. I don't know how else to say it. You know what? Going back to my older comment earlier, and Alessandro said this too. Like, maybe it really is just comparison to the looks that we have this season. Because I'm thinking, like, if you plop her in Drag Race season 8 or Monet season, which I think she thinks she's from, this is not a terrible look for that era. Okay. Yeah. But you're in new age era. Yeah. This isn't gonna win RuPaul's Drag Race 17. Yeah, it's not. And I just feel like maybe it's this. Caleb says she's too big to be wearing such tiny outfits. It's not proportionate. Maybe it's not proportionate. Like her body presenting this outfit does not look
Right. I always feel like she needs more of hips, and she never wants to go more of hips. She wants to keep it all tiny and tight and plushy. But girl, next. I'm sick of this. I hate looking at her. You look a fucking mess.
What?
Next, Miss Mother Eddie. She stomps and turns it out every motherfucking time. It's always proportionate.
Y'all
It's
will
always
never
equal.
make me hate
She
her.
has a whole fucking Venus flytrap behind her. She is the Venus fly.
Y'all will never make me hate her. Ever.
This is the best look on the motherfucking runway tonight.
Like, but they said the same thing. They said the exact same thing. It was like one of the best. They put up there and gave my bitch last. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all can call me biased. Y'all can. I have Stan goggles. I don't care. There's no way my bitch should have been in bottom two.
She should have been in bottom two. I don't care. Maybe the bottom, but not bottom two. I don't. This impossible. It doesn't make sense. None of the because look, she did bad. But the other girls who did bad were not so far off to where they couldn't have been in the bottom for them trash ass looks. We just hold on. Let's do a flip back. Okay, and that's all I have to say on that. This is a look. The look. Next, Little Bo Peep. Lana Del Rey.
I didn't hate this. I liked it. I just think that, when we get into the Untucked, she's very shocked that she didn't win because she feels like her look was great and her performance was great. We already talked about the performance. Yes, it was stand out for the scene, but the performance, it was very short. Like, you can't say it's better than anyone else's performance, especially with bigger roles. I think this look looks great. It wasn't one of my faves of the night, so I just feel like I wouldn't be on her head so much this episode if it wasn't for the audacity in the Untucked. Yeah. To say that Susie should have lost to you because your look was better, I just don't agree. I think Susie look better than this.
I do agree.
I think a few of the looks tonight looks better than this. I think this is the best for Lana, but just because this is the best for Lana does not mean it's the best of the night.
Yeah. It's honestly the same exact feeling that I have with her performance. Great performance for who you're near. But overall, you're getting washed by some of the other girls. This is a great look for you, but overall, you're getting washed by some of the other girls. Sorry, it's just the truth.
I did like this though. Like the makeup for this look, I was like, okay, this is serving. The makeup was tea.
I agree.
I think the thing is though, it's like now she shouldn't go into the Untucked and be upset. You take this momentum and then you keep going. You know what I mean? This was a good look, so keep that up.
Yeah, this was good. And I guess that's just how she feels. She's like, I know this is a good look, and I came out and I wasn't in the top still. I know I did my best in the challenge, and I came out, I still wasn't in the top. So she probably inwardly feels bad, but keep that shit inward like Sam Starr. When Sam Starr's act how she feels, she says, I feel like I need to continue to try new things, do better, da, da, da. That's what Lana Del Rey should have said. Instead, she's like, I don't understand how these other girls are in the top. I don't get it because the way you're looking, you're worried about other people. Worry about yourself. If you focus on yourself, then you will succeed. That's what Anya Nerve does. That's what Susie 2 does. Who's in the top? The girls who are worried about themselves. Literally. You're worried about others.
Especially like at the end of the day, you're in your own bubble. Like when the girls came back after the RDR Live, everyone said they did good. Yeah. Everyone thought they had a good performance. I'm sure everyone thought they had a good look. We can go back to Joella being here. Every single look that girl came out in, Joella thought she looked the best every goddamn night. And it's like, that's fine to think that, especially outside of RuPaul's Drag Race. But when you enter a competition where you're going to be critiqued, where people are being eliminated, where there can only be one winner, you're not always going to be at the top. And just because you think you're the best, which you should be that confident, doesn't mean you actually are, unfortunately.
Sorry. Try again next time, honestly. Next was Hormona Lisa, baby. Now, not my favorite look by her.
I will say as well, not my favorite look by her. I think she always eats up the pink, the pastel colors. So it was definitely cute. I think what really put her in the top 3 was her challenge performance, which was great. I do have to say though, I am sick of this powdery ass fucking makeup. I think the makeup ruins almost every look. Not to a point where I hate it, but I just feel like, girl, this makeup needs to chop. Because it's just like, it's just so white, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
I agree with Alessandro. Another gown. The gowns look great on her, but I'm bored. It's becoming beautiful gowns.
She does. It's like similar silhouettes.
It's every single time, and it's becoming boring for me quick. But her performance in the challenge was great, and this look is still good. Like, she's still pretty. It's just not the best look, but the challenge was great. So I'm not surprised she ended up being in the top. It's just this look was very just simple for me, and I'm getting bored of it. Next we have Sam Star. I hate when she got her pussy out like that. Why does she do that?
Yeah, I don't love that there wasn't better bottoms. I just don't like how it looks. Also, I didn't love that it was different shades of pink. I hated that. I feel like she should have been consistent in the color.
Mm-hmm.
I also just don't like that she kind of went for this performance kind of I don't know, because there wasn't like a set theme of what kind of outfit you should walk out in. I just felt like this was for me.
That was the only part that I was okay with, because I was like, at least she's trying to show her personality and not be boring. But yeah, everything you said. The different colors I didn't mind at first, but when she started walking away, I was like, damn, they're clashing bad on my eyes. It was hurting my eyes to look at. Even right now, I'm like, fuck, where do I look? It's just a lot going on. And then her performance wasn't good, so I see why she was in the bottom. No shade. Next, Jewel Sparkles.
Something about Jules, and it's crazy because I dragged the fuck out of her that one episode.
Mm-hmm.
Something about Jules' drag I really enjoy. I don't know why. I don't know why. I think that she honestly kills her looks. I do. I have not hated them. Do I think they're like extravagant and the best in the room? No. But I feel like her looks have been top for me almost every week. Yeah. I don't know.
They're very organized. That's how I feel about all of them. They're so organized. Like, it's nothing ever clashes, nothing ever is disproportionate. I feel like it always works with her. Her makeup is always right with it. She usually chooses the right hair. I just think she's smart. She's a very smart and technical drag queen with what she does. Everything is in the right places, all the right proportions. I love it. It's very correct. My only negative, for me at least, is that at a point I'm like, what else do you I don't know. I'm kind of confused at where she's gonna go with it. Is this just her drag and I just have to accept it? I don't think I'm a fan of the bell bottom. She's done it before.
What? That's the best part of this look.
That is the best part of this look. I'm not a fan of the fact that she keeps doing the bell bottoms. She's done it before on her last look when she was the Texas Ranger. For me, I guess I'm getting bored with her style, which sucks, but this is pretty. I like it.
Of course, that's the same thing. It reminds her of her Puerto Rico look.
Yes. It's like you had pants and bell bottoms, and then the top. But this is very well organized, so it's like I'm not.
It definitely look better than the Puerto Rico one, though.
It looks way better, and it's pretty, and it's good. It's not bad. I just want her to do something else. And I'm
I think it's good. None of them are just gonna get her the win. Like, I can acknowledge that they're good, but winning look, I don't know.
Yeah, but no, this is good. Next is Crystal Envy. This was bad. I didn't like this.
I like that she had a concept. Like, when she walked out with the gum and it popped, and it was like, okay, concept. I just didn't. I hated the material.
Yes,
she said it was latex, right?
It looks plasticky. I think
I didn't love the material. Love the heels. The heels are tea. I actually love the hair too. I just did not like the dress.
I don't like the dress, and the whole thing is the dress. I don't like the dress. And I don't know if I'm not a color person. You know how they have those TikToks where the girl is putting the orange and she's like, oh, this color isn't right for you. And then she changes it and it's yellow. And she's like, oh, this isn't your color. Pink isn't her color. To me, it looks like it's washing this pink. It looks like it's washing her skin out. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. I'm like, you're looking a little pale over there. It looks like you just got the skin drained out. I don't know. So I just didn't like the color on her. And then I don't like the dress. So I was just like, okay, I mean, yeah. And then her performance was so bad. So this is bottom for me. Sorry. Even compared to the other looks, this is not better than the other looks.
No, this is definitely one of my lower looks.
This is like the lower look. Next we have Lexi Love.
So when she first walked out, I was not living. It took me a while to be like, okay, this is kind of cute. And I do a ranking every week when I see the look. So I have her like middle of the pack. It wasn't anything necessarily stand out. And I am kind of getting scared slightly because she came on very strong. She came in really, really strong. And it feels like she is slightly dipping. But it only has been 2 episodes, I would say. So maybe it's just, she's giving room for the other girls to shine.
Yeah.
But I would want her to come a little bit harder. But I don't think this is like, at first I was like, this isn't good. I'm not gonna lie. But like, as she walked down the runway, I'm like, okay. And I started feeling it a little bit more.
Yeah, I feel like I had that slight, it wasn't long for me, but at first I was like, oh wait, what am I looking at? But quickly I was like, I actually like this. It gave me like Cruella DeVille tease.
Yeah.
Like, it's a theme, and I really like that. And Lexi, the reason I feel like Lexi is going to be good is because her personality cannot be fizzled.
Yeah.
Period. No matter how many things Susie took out of that challenge, no matter what no matter what, her personality is going to shine. She is so bright. It's like a bright light in your face. So I couldn't, even if I wanted to say this was ugly, I can't, because she's that girl. I'm sorry, I just can't. But honestly, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. It's fine, and she wears it well.
Personally. And I kind of said this last time, like, mother can have a few misses, she's a mother.
Yeah, she can do what she wants, actually. Period. She'll be back. Don't worry. Next we have Miss Susie too, and I'm sorry, this might be the best look.
I'm sorry. I think I love the concept. I did. I love how she came out with the balloons. I love how she modeled it down the runway, very whimsical, very clown-like. I think for the girls to sit up there and say in the Untucked that it was like they were shocked that she was up there, I just don't see that. I think she looks fucking great. She took the color and completely did a whole different concept, especially like the fact that Michelle Visage was like, you give clown makeup, and she literally came out as a clown. Like, that's how you gag the judges. And that's what she was saying in the Untucked. Like, it doesn't matter if y'all bitches think it's not good. The judges think it's good. Now what? Like, that's going to get me to win, not what you bitches think on the sidelines.
Like that, see? Bitch,
and the thing, how gagged are you that we're here with Susie? Because I'm not going to lie, Meet the Queens, episode 1, Susie, I was like, no. But Susie has made a stand out of me, especially now that she got bitches mad with Anya. Yeah. Susie and Anya. Yeah.
This is my girl. No, and our ARC is right. This is fashion. They don't know what the fuck fashion is. All they know, and this is what I think the issue is. A lot of these new girls, they think what drag and all of that is looking cunty and looking fresh and cunty. So that's why they're back there, and Lana is mad and Lexi Love is mad, and they're all mad because this isn't cunty, but it doesn't have to always be your
She's
pussy
giving
out.
concept. She's giving storyline. She's giving personality. She's giving
charisma.
She's giving charisma.
Talent. Y'all give cunt as in the
look.
Coochie. She's giving cunt as in
they're giving cunt as in beaver. She's giving cunt as in charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent.
Okay, Piggy of the episode. Nom 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 nom. What the fuck is this? What the fuck do she got on? These big collars pisses me the fuck off. She always getting swallowed up by a fucking look. Why are you getting swallowed up again and again and again and again? She's done gotten digested 3 fucking times. Fuck. Wear something that you're wearing it. Why is the look always wearing her? She getting more about a penis right now. Girl, what the fuck? And then all these different colors, that shit is tacky as hell. Why is the boots hot pink? Very Mean Girls hot pink. And then the fucking actual ball sack and the shaft of the dick is damn near white. And then the top has this fucking ugly ass pattern. You're getting swallowed once again. I can't see your face, can barely see your makeup. Girl, get the fuck out of my face.
I'm sorry, y'all. Cause it hurts to like drag, only because I see so many people, like I said, loving it, loving her, loving every look she's walked the runway with. So like every time I say something negative, I'm like, I have to just be ignorant. And I don't want to sound ignorant as hell, but I do not like this. And the fact that like even the judges, when giving their critiques, they didn't say anything about it. I don't know if that was edited out, but they didn't say anything actual good or bad about it. And I'm like, I've said this previously, like, why isn't she in the bottom to get critiques? And it's like, do they like her outfits? Because I don't know. That's just, to me, that's the thing. I just don't get it. But I will say that lip sync,
we gonna get there, baby.
Ooh,
she ain't that the fuck. But no.
I thought her lip sync looked better. If she came out in the lip sync look instead of all of this extra, I'm like, okay.
But it wouldn't be her, I guess. This is her. But I will say, this is my one positive. This is my favorite look by her so far. And you saw what I just did.
It wasn't one of my favorites. And it's a concept, but I did not like that it was.
Which of our other looks do you feel like you like better? Because
I feel like she came out in a red that red look she came out in.
I remember what you're talking about. I like that. Makes sense. That makes sense. That was okay. I like this better than that. But I hate this. Next.
And I think it's very possible too that it has to do with her making her looks, which I think is definitely impressive, especially with next week being the ball. She has the edge up, but that's the thing with her is just like my issue is just like to me they just don't look that well. So it's like it's so impressive that she makes them, but I'm just like,
Mm-hmm. And then last and least, Acacia Forgettable. I literally have nothing to say. She looks a fucking mess.
Yeah, it just wasn't cute, and it's like this makes the challenge like, damn girl, did you even eat it up? I don't know, because it's like
you look a fucking mess. You look stupid. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, the judges decided that the tops were Anya Nerve, of course, Hormona Lisa, of course, and Susie Toot again. And Anya Nerve and Susie Toot, how many times have they been in the top? These girls stay in the top. It's like every damn episode. The shit is getting scary. Like they're always in the top. But yes. Then of course we see that the girls that are announced as the winner is announced as Susie Toot. Susie Toot has won twice. She's the first girl who has won two times. Everybody else has only won once or none. And then the bottoms were Arietti, Sam Starr, Lydia B. Collins. Thank God. I've been waiting for Lydia to be in the bottom.
Then, you want to hop into the Untucked real quick right now?
Yeah, what's some thoughts you have from the Untucked? Because girls were acting crazy.
Run through it real quick. You know, at first we saw Lana was very upset because, as we said throughout the podcast, she thought she killed it. But she didn't want to talk to anybody about it, which I respected at first. She was like, I don't want to talk to anyone about it because I'm just going to cry. And I don't want to cry. Like in that moment, I thought, okay, she's disappointed and she's upset. And I understand that. So put a pin in that. Lexi randomly brings up how Susie wouldn't get she shot down all of her ideas, and then that's when a lot of the girls, these are all of the safe girls, mind you, they're safe for a reason, they didn't stand out at all. They're like, well, I don't think Susie should be in the top, and it's like, okay. And that's when Susie comes in, and the girls are basically going through what the people were saying, and Susie was like, yeah, the judges loved my performance, they thought it was good, they didn't really give any critiques. And then Corey is making a face, and Susie's like, well, Corey's making faces, and it's like, Corey, your drag is not that good to be making faces like that.
Not good at all. Actually.
You cannot talk shit when your drag looks like that. Please, the audacity. And then it was just this funny moment where like Anya was talking, Hormona was talking, Susie went through, and everybody was just making faces, and it's like, y'all bitches are mad. Y'all bitches are motherfucking mad. Okay. And then Susie, she asks, I'm sorry, y'all. The Arietti stand goggles are staying on. Because Susie asks Arietti if she wants to share. She's like, no, but thank you. I appreciate it. And basically, all of the girls were saying they don't think that she flopped in her performance, which is a lie. That's how you know y'all are being biased. Her performance was bad. I'm a stan. Y'all see me up here defending it, and it was not good. Let's be real. To say that she didn't miss and you're confused why she's even close to the bottom. No, the bitch was bad. Let's be real. But this is when Arietti goes off. And this is why I will say I feel like I am biased. I'll be honest. But I also feel like I'm not as mad with Arietti because one, she put it on the floor in front of all of them bitches' faces. And her drag is actually good. Unlike Corey, I don't think Corey has served one
good look,
spectacular look. Whereas Arietti, like I said, I think her looks have been consistently well. So I feel like if you could actually serve looks, you could talk a little shit, you know? Corey, no. But Arietti basically was like, she feels like she shouldn't be in the bottom. And there are bitches who barely did anything and that are safe. And at first I was like, okay, she's going to eat it up. Because she points out Corey. Mind you, Corey sits there and says, I agree. And it's like,
she agrees with it.
You weak ass.
Stand up.
This girl just said you deserve to be in the bottom because you suck, and she's like, "Yeah, I agree." Yeah,
and it's like, how were you making faces at first if you agree? Why were you making faces at the other girls when they were speaking, but when Arietti speaks, and that's how you know it's just because that's their friend. That's all it is. That's just their friend.
Yeah. She was like, Crystal was dry. She said, Hormona, I don't know how you're that high. But then she started going in on Susie, and this was like, okay, hold on, I have to take the stand goggles off a little bit because you was eating at first. But then to go after Susie, it's just crazy. Because that's when they start harping on the look wasn't good. And it's like, Susie's look was one of the best. Yeah. Sorry. And at the end of the day, Ariete, while I do love her look the most, you didn't perform well in the challenge, and Susie did. So it's like all of this was just like, okay. However, for the entertainment purposes, I was living. I'm not gonna lie, I was living. And I saw a TikTok where a lot of the girls said that she is the villain of the season, and that's very clear. So if she's gonna continue to go off on bitches like this, I don't know. I'm gonna be a little scared. Because the girls were like, ooh, the Untucked is good again. And it's like, low-key, because Ariete came in here going off on bitches. I'm sorry.
I love that she went off on them. I'm not even mad what she said about Susie. Like, she said what she says and she feels how she feels. I would rather her say it to her and feel it to her than to whisper it behind her back and not say anything to her.
Basically, literally. I like that about her. She put it on the floor. She said it to these bitches' faces, and her looks are tea.
Yeah, honestly. And I can genuinely understand why she wouldn't understand Susie's looks, because Ariete is very classy, demure cunt. Like, she's very that. And I feel like Susie she's very opulent. And Susie is very the opposite. Camp, I'm gonna come out as a clown. Ariete would never come out as a clown. Not like that.
Like, you cannot, like, your opinion simply does not fucking matter. Point blank, period. Yeah. It does not matter. It doesn't matter what you think is good. It doesn't matter. And then here go Lana. She's like, yeah, she can see. She's like, I can see Susie being in the top because her character was amazing, but her look wasn't better than mine. So I don't know how she's in the top over me. And it's like, Lana, girl, please. We already talked about that, but girl. And Susie ate her up. She was like, girl, I think we're all serving. If my look sucked, the judges wouldn't have picked me, basically. So it just truly doesn't matter. And then Anya was laughing in these bitches' faces. She was like, I knew Susie being in the top would have you bitches bothered. Yeah. Like, Anya is so hilarious.
She's real as fuck.
And I just love that she was defending Susie in this moment, because it's like, yes, y'all have these bitches mad and continue to have them mad.
Also, I feel like what Susie said is right to an extent. I didn't love a lot of the girls' looks, but she said all of us are serving in our own way. And that's true, because apparently on Twitter, y'all like Lydia B. Collins' looks. So she's right. Like, there's looks out there that I'm not going to love that someone else is going to love. They're all serving in their own way. To me, you look a fucking hot mess. But to someone saw that shit and was like, damn, Lydia B. Collins should win this fucking seat. I didn't see it. Yeah. But somebody did. So for y'all to be mad at her for winning when y'all aren't even winning, I don't get it. Like, you really can only speak if you're one of those girls. I feel like you should have been in the top if you wanted to have an opinion. I'm sorry. You were all mid. None of you bitches were in the top. So none of you should have an opinion. The only person who should have said something was Mona Lisa, and she didn't, because she didn't care. Okay. Goddamn. Bitches was mad. And I love Sam Star, because at the end of Untucked, Sam Star was like, look, girl, I'm mad, but it is what it is. And I love that. She wasn't in here being bitter, making faces, agreeing with them. She was minding her fucking business, and she's ready to go to work. I love that. Go to fucking work. All you other bitter mad bitches, stay mad. Anyways. So yes, let's get to this lip sync, girl. Ariete and Lydia B. Collins lip sync to Boogie Wonderland. Let's.
And
Lydia B. Collins ate this bitch.
Lydia ate this bitch up. Like, Lydia gagged me. Like, from the moment she opened that coach.
Yes, she said.
Lydia was performing. And the thing is like, it's not even like a good lip sync because Ariete sucked ass.
Yes.
It's the bitch ate.
Lydia has the best
to be a lip sync assassin. I don't know. The way she, like, and it's like she gave tricks and stunts, but in the perfect moment, like, she ate that bitch up. Like, oh my God. Like, and this made me feel like, girl, Lydia, you may get me on your side a little bit. You may get me on your side a little bit, because I did not expect her to eat this up like this. And she went out there and stumped it the fuck out. And it's like, whether or not I think Ariete should be in the bottom, she would have went home.
She would have
deserved to go home.
Because 1000%.
Lydia ate that bitch up. And then the girls in the back being gagged after the result, you just watched that.
You saw what the fuck was going on.
You just watched what happened.
Ariete was looking like a lost puppy. I'm sorry.
Girl, you saw the end move when she jumped and then
trying to get attention.
Get off the stage, Ariete.
Get off the fucking stage.
I'm sorry, Ariete. Look, I love you, mama. But get off the stage a little bit, because Lydia ate you up. She did.
No, it was bad.
So Ariete better make sure she don't find herself in the bottom again, because she's going home.
Yes, she cannot lip sync. I'm sorry. It was very, very bad. She needs to stay out of the bottom. But yeah, Lydia bodied that. It was the best lip sync of the season.
So far.
Her performance, best lip sync performance so far. She ate that shit up.
Yeah.
It was scary.
And it's so funny because I had been disappointed in Lydia almost every week. No shade. So when the girls was on Twitter saying she ate the lip sync, I'm like, I'll be the judge. And mama, she gagged me. Oh, she gagged me.
It's interesting because even if she would have like been in the bottom the times that we were putting her in the bottom, she would have stumped all them bitches out. Joella is not a good lip syncer. Whoever went home first, what was her name? Lucky Stars was not a good lip syncer. Even if she was in, because we have her in Chop on our screens. She would have lip synced all of them out from what I'm seeing here.
No, so, literally though, like it's giving lip sync assassin a little bit, especially because like I said, I don't get the looks, but if motherfucking RuPaul and them get it, she's gonna win.
Okay. Then we get to the Badonkadonk tank. And girl, when I tell you, I was like, damn, Arietta went home. Bye, girl. It is what it is. And then she pulled the lever crook. I was like, oh, my girl still gets another chance. Thank God. I want to see more looks by her so bad. I was so happy. I was all over the place, y'all. I was all over the place.
I'm happy that she stayed. Like, I really am. Because I love her. As y'all can see, as y'all can hear. I love her. So I'm happy that she stayed another week. But she has to serve it because I think she's been getting these negative critiques like 2 to 3 weeks in a row. And even if I don't agree with them, like this is what's happening in the competition. So she has to give something else.
Yeah, she does. Child.
Oh my God. Yeah. Ark says, if you can get Leo on Lydia's side, you know Lydia ate.
Oh yeah, and the levers were 1 and 7 because it's season 17. Bet on 17, cute. Baby. That was very cute. Let's get into our motherfucking ratings, the real ratings. First of all, Joella is out. Thank God. Last week we had Corey King as a chop. What is Corey King this week? Still a chop.
I would keep her in chop. No shade. I don't really care to move her up.
Same. Liddy B. Collins was a chop last week. Damn, for the lip sync alone, she got to move up. Sorry.
Yeah, but
just a child. I'm not putting her in a chop for the best lip sync of the season, but she'll be child for sure.
Well, I feel bad because that lip sync was nasty, but like I still didn't like anything else.
Me too. She just can't. She's sorry. You did terrible. You lip sync for a reason. Let's clear that up. But the lip sync was that good. So, Acacia forgot.
First time out of chop, I think
it is actually.
Period. She moving on up. She moving on up.
Maybe she'll get better and better.
Next week is the ball challenge, and she designs all of her looks. So if any week she's gonna eat it up, it should be next week.
Lisa, I don't think she gonna eat it up, girl. But we'll see. Acacia forgotten once again.
I would want to say mid because of the challenge.
Not for that
look. The look. I would say the look was child, but the performance was mid. The performance was actually good. The performance was camp.
The performance was camp. I forgot.
But the look is child. So should we put her in mid?
It's mid. Yeah, you're right. It's mid because I really love the performance. Mid for her. Next, Arietta.
The challenge was a chop.
She went all the way home.
Mother.
The look was mother, and the challenge was a chop.
But I think for the episode,
and she went home, and the lip sync was so
y'all
bad.
will not get my bitch in chop. I'm telling y'all now, y'all will not get my bitch in chop. Y'all will have to be mad at me.
She's not a chop. No, you can't. This look is never going to be in chop. No one can serve this look and be in chop for the episode. Not on my watch. What the fuck is you talking about? Child at most, at least.
Oh, Alessandro said because also the bad lip sync, bad.
No, the bad lip sync. To me, the bad lip sync brings her to child for sure.
Yeah,
but she not chop for the bad. The bad lip sync, bad challenge, amazing look. That's not chop. That's child. Next, Jewel Sparkles. Who was she in the challenge?
She was Australian. Honestly, I would put Jules in camp this episode. I'm not gonna lie.
I wouldn't. I would still say mid.
What the chat say?
Mid.
I would put Jules in camp only because I thought for the performance for the role she had, I thought it stood out a little bit more. Like I said, I love the chemistry with Harmona, and I thought the look. It was one of my favorite looks of the night.
Okay, maybe that's my issue. It wasn't one of my favorite looks. So either bottom of camp, top of mid. What y'all think? I'm gonna let the chat decide. They say camp. Okay, Alessandro says camp. Jules says mid. Sephora says mid. Girl, I can put her at camp. I don't
say mid. Child.
Did somebody else say mid? Okay, yeah,
I'll let y'all decide for these other bitches, but y'all don't have to sign for Ariette.
They was wrong about Ariette. Anyway, she could be top of mid though, because I do agree that she did better than some of the other girls. Her Mona Lisa, to me, the look was mid and the performance was great.
I would say camp for sure.
Camp. I would say camp as well. For sure. She's definitely above some of these other girls. Hormona stays at the top, honey. She's been in camp and she's been in mid damn near the whole season. Like, this is a queen. I see why Ru picked her. Ooh. Sam Star. What the fuck was she in a challenge? Oh, the Butch Queen.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Challenge was bad. The look wasn't my favorite. I would put her in child this episode, no shade.
I agree, above the other girls. I literally agree. Lana Jarre. Both were mid.
Let me stop.
Both were mid.
The look was cute. Camp. I would say camp for sure.
You think camp?
I would put her in camp.
I can
2 seconds she had in the thing. Like, quite literally, if Lana kept that same energy and chose a bigger role, she could have won. But she chose the stupid ass small role.
I do agree with that.
And the look was good.
I love the
good. I would say camp.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. She's camp for me. I'm okay with that. Boom, Lexi Love. Lexi Love hasn't left below camp before. But this episode,
the performance was cute. If anything, she's at the bottom of camp, but I could also see top of mid.
Yeah, she's in the same area for Lana and Jules as me. They all did okay. They did great. They didn't do bad. So the girls are saying bottom of camp because that's their mother. That's my mother too. So I'll put her at bottom of camp as well. I'm fine with that. She still hasn't left. Top 3. Susie motherfucking Toot.
Mother.
She lives in Mother. She's already in Mother. She lives in Mother. I'll put her at the top for now. Crystal Envy. Ooh.
The challenge was terrible. The look was bad this time.
Yeah.
Child.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll say Child after Sam.
Yeah, I agree. She's definitely after Sam. Yeah, both of them. Look at them, the sisters, boring sisters. On Your Nerve. She's been number 1.
Mother. I wouldn't put her above Susie this time.
Not this time.
But she up there with her sister though.
No, not this time. Wow. Anya and Susie have been in Mother twice in a row. Clearly, the judges know what they're talking about. Clearly, we know what we're talking about. If this was our...
Clearly, we know what we're talking about.
Clearly, we do. If this was our episode, Corey King and Lydia B. Collins would be lip-syncing for their life. And it looks like Corey King would have got stomped out. And she wouldn't have picked number 1 because she knows she's number 2. So she would have went home. Funny. Boom, y'all. This was motherfucking good episode. I really love this episode.
Oh, shit. Was my thing blurry this whole time?
No, it just turned blurry. If they keep it up, if the girls keep it up like this, if Arietta keeps villaining like this, and the girls keep staying mad at Susie and On Your Nerve like this,
I will say, like, literally what I said at the beginning of the podcast, please don't take anything we're saying 100% serious. I'm gagging over all of this. This has been an amazing season so far. Yeah. These girls are giving it. I was not that excited at first because I just wasn't as intrigued with the looks. But as it went along, I'm living for the drama. I'm living for the arguing. I'm living for the personalities. Like, cause I want to be able to get up here and drag a bitch. I do. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I don't know drag. I don't do drag. So my goal isn't to tear down anyone's like actual career in drag. It's just to get up here and gag.
Why are you Lisa Arietta Nerve? Since when did you become Lisa Arietta Nerve?
I think I saw Hula Hay say that, and
anyway. But no, I agree. This is shaping up to be a really good season so far. At first, it started off slow, but literally, as soon as they stopped doing them talent shows, they got into it. That premiere. Past that, it's been good. The girls are giving it. And after seeing so many of the new era seasons, this is definitely already becoming one of the best. The characters are there, girl. They have a personality on them. Mm-hmm. So I'm very excited.
They said 15, 16, and 17 were all good. It makes me want to go back and finish them. Because the only like new era season I've seen was the one we watched together, 14 with Jasmine Kennedy in them. Mm-hmm. I thought that season was boring as hell.
It was. 15 was oodles better than that, and I've seen 15 and I haven't seen 16, and then here we are.
You know what I need to go back and do? I need to go back and watch Mistress Isabel Brooks season because I've seen so much of her, and I need to finish that season.
Please watch that season. She's literally my favorite drag queen. Truly, I probably sound embarrassing. Sound like one of the new girls. Sorry, I'm new to this, not true to this. Anyways, we'll be back next week. We will be discussing the next episode. It's going to be a ball. It's going to be a gag. I hope Ariette's still a villain. We're going to get into all the tea of it all or whatever, period. And get into the rest of our shows as well, because we are covering the challenge. We are also covering, what the fuck else are we covering?
The challenge.
Traders.
Survivor Australia, Love is Blind,
Yes.
Survivor US, all of that is happening.
And girlies, send in your votes, because we do have our official top 10 list for the Reality Rewind next season. We will be doing in May. Let me pull up the motherfucking list of the shows we will be covering or whatever. If I can find the list. Here we go. Boom. These are the 10 shows. Notice there are no drag race seasons because you girls were not turning it on.
Yeah, girl. Next time we ask for shows, I need the drag race girls to turn out, okay? Because I want to cover an old school drag race season, and y'all have to pick a season and mass vote it, okay? So if just don't vote one here.
Okay. So send in your votes for one of these 10 shows. The link is in the description for whichever one you want us to cover next time. Now, I will say we have been getting a lot of votes, more votes than we got to get the top 10 even created. So we have a lot of votes coming in. It is for some of the shows that some of us prefer and some of us don't. So definitely send in your votes for some of the ones y'all want us to cover, and we will cover it. Okay. Thank you. Period.
Oh, Edgar Perez. I get that. I'm not going to lie. I get that. I wanted to, but then it was asking for my email. I didn't trust it. You can put anything fake. You could put 123 at gmail.com. You do not have to put a real Gmail. You can put any. You don't have to put your real name.
Amen.
We do not want y'all information. I promise y'all, we are not Elon Musk. We are not TikTok. We are not government.
I promise
if y'all need to put in fake information, I don't care. You do not have to put your real email, because we're not going to be sending anything out. I don't know why it asks for y'all email, honestly, but you do not have to put any of your real information. Just send in the vote.
Period. It requires it. I don't know why either. I guess it's just they thought that was gonna be cute for the website. But anyways, we move. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Now, Hula, hey, that's not what I meant. No, Hula.
Oh my God. I'm not even gonna pull that up. We'll be back next week. Make sure you're here. Thanks for giving it a real. We out. Bye. Hula getting ideas.